CFWP, that is Campaign for Wholesome Purity, at 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 23. CFWP is a social organization with the vision of restoring God's original purpose for creating sex. The major focus of CFWP are children, teenagers, and youth. The major focus of this organization are not adults, but children. And by the grace of God, for the past 21 years, to be precise, 1999, we've been privileged to go around to schools, colleges of education, universities, hotels, churches, clubs, to hold sex education campaign. To be precise, purity campaign. Because I personally believe that it is possible to be what? To be pure. It's possible to be pure. It's possible to live a sexually pure life. It's possible to have your body pure, your spirit pure, your soul pure. And that's why we are campaigning for the purity of the total man. And during our purity campaign, several questions have been asked, because this sex education is actually, people don't really love to talk about it. And each time we hold our campaign, the teenagers, the children, the youth get so interested and they ask a lot of questions. And after our seminars too, we have period of personal counseling, whereby we're able to counsel them personally and they open up. But by God's grace, as a counselor, I make sure whatever they tell me remains confidential. But however, this question was asked publicly, and we have permission of the people who asked the questions to speak it out public, to publicize it, so that several other people can learn from it. And this is a question. Mama, I'm a girl of 14 years old. I started menstruating about 2 years ago. My menstrual flow is usually very painful. Some of my roommates advised me to look for somebody who would deflower me, have sex with me for the first time. They mock me that I'm old school girl, that why should I be a virgin at 14? They told me that I am having painful menses because I am still a virgin. But I didn't do what they said I should do, because I am a born-again child of God. And my parents have taught me that my virginity is my pride, and that I should preserve my virginity until after my wedding night, when I will have sex with my husband for the first time. But I need help, because the menstrual pain is getting worse. The pain is so much that I can hardly endure. Mama, please help me. Now, she asked that question, and I have met more than hundreds of youths, teenagers, who ask similar questions. And that is why in these editions, we target special edition of Purity Campaign, Part 1. I'll be addressing this issue. Number 1, menstrual pain. You don't have menstrual pain because you are a virgin. No, that's a big lie. Because statistics shows that I have data of several ladies, teenagers, that are sexually active but still have menstrual pain. Why do we menstruate? Boys don't menstruate. Yes, boys don't menstruate, but girls menstruate. Now, what is menstruation in the first place? Menstruation is the monthly flow of blood from the woman's uterus. Once in every 28 days, when a girl has reached the state of puberty, the ovary, to be precise, the ovary produces what we call the ova, OVA, which is the egg. And when the girl keeps herself pure, the teenager keeps herself pure, she doesn't have sex, the egg breaks after 28 days and flows out as menstruation. But if the girl happens to have sex That is to say that she has sex with a guy, then during that sexual intercourse, spermatozoa, that's sperm cells, are being released into the girl, which will in turn fertilize that egg, and it will turn to what we call a zygote. And the zygote is being deposited into the uterus through the fallopian tube. It's being deposited into the uterus through the fallopian tube, and it stays there as a fetus for 9 months, and the girl gives birth. But when a girl does not have sexual intercourse, she menstruates. So I want to tell you, if you have sex, my daughter, then you should know that you will likely get pregnant. So say no to sex, because sex is not the cure of menstrual pain. And we know that menstrual pain, based on what medical science say, results from the accumulation of a substance called prostaglandins. Prostaglandins is the accumulation of that substance that causes menstrual pain. And most ladies, most female teenagers, women alike, usually have menstrual pain. 90% of women usually have menstrual pain. I think just 10% of women don't have menstrual pain. So menstrual pain is normal. It's not a strange thing. I too had menstrual pain. Several women had menstrual pain. Very few percentage, I think to be precise, 10% of women who don't have menstrual pain. So my dear daughter hearing me, menstrual pain is normal. Menstruation is a blessing. It's God's way of showing you that you are fertile. So you don't need to be sad about it. And menstrual pain can easily be treated with some drugs like Buscopan, Panadol Extra, and even taking of hot water. You can take a sip of hot water with lime in it, and it minimizes the pain. Please, my dear daughter, cheer up. Don't be sad. Your virginity is your pride. Preserve your virginity, and you'll be preserving your life. Sex is meant for only properly married male and female couples. Thank you. I remain Mommy Rosemary Aremu, Vision Coordinator of CFWP. Please share the video.